So you have an upcoming online interview and you're not sure how to prepare for it. I'm going to give you 5 steps on preparing and acing that online interview. If you're new to my channel, please click the subscribe button. Also share, like, and share this video to your friends and loved ones if you love it. I'm sure you will. Okay, now sit back. Let's discuss the 5 things you need to do before you go for that online interview. The workplace has evolved. Gone are the days when we all just have to sit at home. Gone are the days when we need to present ourselves at the interview venue for the interview to take place. Now you could just sit at home comfortably on your chair like I'm sitting now and talk to people over the internet, conducting your interviews, get your job, and begin working. Now, to get to that stage, of course, the interview process would have to happen first. So, if you have an online interview and you're not sure how to do about it, the very first thing you need to do is research the company and the job role. You've probably heard of the company before now. You've probably read up on the company, but maybe you don't know deeply about what the company does or their processes. You need to go back to their website, you need to go to Google, research the company, check if their culture aligns with yours, check their courses, their core values, check their mission, check their vision, and make sure it aligns with your beliefs and your deliverables. It is very important that you also check for feedback from people that might have worked in that company. So go to Google, research away, learn as much as you can about the company. It helps a lot during the interview. Additionally, it also helps to learn about the job role you're applying for. You might probably be applying for something you think you're already aware of, something you might have done before, but you still need to research on that job. There might be some little differences with what you know before and what you're going for. You could go back to the advert placement for that job. Most companies write out the job description for a job role, and the job description gives you insight on what the job looks like. Go back, read it up, research online, go to Google, read it up, and get the right information you need for that job. It helps a lot to learn about what you're preparing for. Number 2, prepare for some common interview questions. Now, if you're somebody who's constantly gone for interviews, or maybe you've not gone for interviews in the past few months or years, there are some questions that are very constant for interviews. Questions like, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Tell me more about yourself, and all that. So research for some common interview questions. There are also questions that are very peculiar with some companies. So you could go to the internet and search on interview questions from this particular company. You could end up seeing 1 or 2 reviews or feedback from people who've gone for interviews with such companies. Research on the best ways to answer questions on your skills and your areas of development. These things help a lot. Tell me more about yourself. When they ask questions like that, you don't need to start saying, oh, I was born in 2015. Oh, I am from this state and all. Most times they just want to know about your academic qualifications, your professional qualifications, your achievements, your areas for development, your strengths, what you're going to do differently. All that summarized as one question. So research on these common interview questions to be highly productive. When you're talking about your areas of development, do not talk about them in such a way that they could not be managed. Talk about them in such a way that shows that you are working towards getting better at that. And do not go portray areas of development that are so bad that you cannot be salvaged from. Okay? So research on some common interview questions and try to answer them before the due time. Number 3, practice voice and body language. Your voice and your body language is very important. Communicate a lot about you. Your voice should be clear. People should hear and understand what you're saying. Your body language should show confidence. It should show understanding. It should show active listening. It should show presence. If you're not sure on how to present yourself with your voice and body language, you could practice before the mirror, before the due date. Okay, so practice your voice and body language. Make sure if your voice have issues, you could drink up some liquids to clear your airways. Okay, body language, make sure you're present during the interview. Look at the interviewers, nod to show understanding, listen to understand what they are asking you before you respond. Dress appropriately. It is still formal even though the interview is done over the internet. It is still formal. Okay, so practice your voice and body language. Number 4, prepare some thoughtful questions for the interviewer in the interview. When you ask some very thoughtful questions during the interview process, it shows that this person might actually have something after all. It also shows that this person might be intuitive, this person might be innovative and all. So it gives them something to think about. Ask some very thoughtful questions. Do not ask some general questions. Oh, what is your salary like? Yes, it's a good question. But ask questions that show that you have invested your time into studying the company. Ask questions that show that you want the progress of the company. Ask questions that show that you are professional. Okay? Ask questions that show that you are all in for the company. Ask questions that also concern you about the company's movement, the company's sustainability, the company's productivity. If there are some things you're not clear of, ask the right questions. Ask questions that will get them thinking and then coming back and giving you the right responses. Okay? But do not go and do oversabi. We from Nigeria, that's what we call oversabi. Oversabi is I too know, I know too much. That's the way you do I too know, I know too much, and they might feel So just ask the right question. Do not be too intimidating. Just present the right presence, ask the right question, and take it off from there. And the last one, anticipate the interviewer's concerns. Now, there are some concerns the interview might have about you that you might have anticipated. For example, the job might have stated that the person should have presence or should reside in a particular venue, and probably you do not reside in that venue, you reside in another place. Before these things come up, you should have mentioned it that yes, I know the job mentioned that this person is supposed to reside there, but I am willing to relocate. Okay, the job requires that this person have this particular certificate, and probably you do not have that certificate and you're working on getting that certificate. While talking about yourself at the beginning, you should mention some of these things, anticipate some of these things, mention it. I do not have this certificate, but I have other certificates related to this, but I am still currently working on, I have registered and I'm working on getting this particular requirement, and I'm also open to learning. Okay, so anticipate interviewers' questions and answer them before they are even asked. It makes you look efficient, it makes you look proactive. Okay, now practice these 5 things before you go for the interview. Research on the company and the job role. Prepare for some common interview questions. Prepare your voice and body language. Prepare thoughtful questions for the interviewer and anticipate the interviewer's concerns. Until I come your way next time, keep being you, keep being good. It's nice having you again once today. If you've not subscribed, please click the subscribe button to subscribe now. I love you. Like and share this video. Bye.